Hey everybody, Professor Russo here again. So now that we have gotten through our beginning discussion about our TV shows, we're going to start moving on to our week 3, and we're going to be doing some outlining and then essay writing. So by now, you've gotten some responses to your work. Make sure that you're checking for that. But one of the things that often comes up when we get to this next stage, the week 3, the analysis essay part, is I'll find myself pushing people a lot more for a couple of things. One of those is deeper analysis, and another one is some stronger topic sentences. So let's just take a look at what we're going to be expected to do this week. If you scroll down into what we're going to be doing in week 3, we have got our TV show analysis essay. You're going to eventually be writing a 750 to 1,000 word essay. It's about 3 to 4 double-spaced pages where you take the type of information you were just doing in the discussion board and you turn that into a full essay. There is an outline that is due on Friday. Now note that this is not for credit. It does not count towards credit. So a lot of people sometimes will choose to skip it, but I would strongly recommend not to. Although it is not for credit, it is considered part of the essay, and it is very difficult to score high on the essay if you don't have the feedback on an outline. So where you can find some information about outlines is if you go to the Units and General Resources link. So again, that's up here. If you click Unit and General Resources right there, open that one up and go into the General Resources folder. You will see down here some great examples of how to write an outline. So it brings us some helpers right there, both the how we pull together the outline and then the MLA format for one. My suggestion though, what we ask you to do here for this outline is if you're going to submit one is to make sure that you include topic sentences for each of them. So that's something that a lot of times my students struggle with, topic sentences for each body paragraph that support the thesis. So I have put in General Resources a topic sentence review that my Summer 112 students found really helpful. But I'm also going to show you something that I worked on with a Summer 112 student to hopefully show you how he went from an outline that was struggling with topic sentences to one that was a lot stronger. So let's take a look at that. First, here's our summer student's example outline. This is what he originally turned in. So let me blow that up so that we can all see it a little bit better. So he started with a really good thesis statement. He has his introduction here. He's going to talk about sex versus gender. He's got some information from the readings. And then he has modern family presents a gender-fluid representation of family life and challenges the confines of of the nuclear family. So once we add that into MLA style, it looks great. You know, that's a clear claim. He's saying this show, if we look at the characters on it, they go against the expectations. However, if we look at his A, B, and C right there, those topic sentences, I had a question on all of them, and that question was essentially the same. What does this show? His first one, Mitchell and Cam fulfilling both the needs of mother and father to Lily. Okay, Mitchell and Cam do that, but how or why does that support your thesis statement that that's a gender-fluid representation of family life? One thing to think about when you're doing any type of analysis is you don't want to assume that your reader knows that topic as well as you do. And indeed, I don't know Modern Family that well, so I was really confused by this. Let's take a look then at the outline that together we worked on that has a little bit stronger of topic sentences. So this student, actually, we had a nice little Skype meeting and we talked our way through some ways that we could make this stronger. So here's some edited versions of it that we've got there. So if you look back at that topic sentence, at that thesis statement, pardon me, in red, still got that same claim. It's a good one, of course. Modern Family presents a gender-fluid representation of family life and challenges the confines of the nuclear family. So we went just from Mitchell and Cam fulfill both the needs of mother and father to pointing out why that's so interesting. Well, the student had said originally, well, they're a homosexual couple, so they're both men, but they both sometimes act in more traditionally male ways, and at other times they act in traditionally female ways. Neither of them seems to have a completely set role. And I said, okay, great. So we tried to get that claim in there. We're saying that we've got two people who share the same gender, and yet neither of them necessarily fully 100% adopts either gender role. That's great. So we've got one of the first cases where Modern Family shows such a challenge is through Mitchell and Cam, a homosexual character where both couples who are biologically men are not beholden to one set fixed gender role and instead are seen as acting in ways to fill the needs of both mother and father to Lily, their adopted daughter. So now we know why is that linked to the thesis. You'll note another thing that is done here now is we have one of the first cases where Modern Family shows such a challenge being the challenge we mentioned up there. And we've clearly said why this matters. Same thing down here with Phil and Claire. The original topic sentence that our student had here was that, let's look back at his original one more time, was simply that Phil and Claire relating to their children in non-typical ways. Again, what does non-typical mean? I'm not saying the word non-typical itself is bad or anything, but rather, what does that mean in this case? Why does that show us anything about gender? Is it that they're non-typical in a gender way? And the student said, no. Yeah, actually, like they really act, Claire acts more like you normally see a stereotypical dad. And so that's where we came to this topic sentence. Another couple that rejects fixed gender roles is Phil and Claire, who each takes on a role that does not conform to the traditional gender stereotypes of gender when relating to their children. Clear topic sentences then set us up for having clearer claims in our body paragraph. Because once you've made a claim, what you're going to need to do is cite the specific part of the show that you're going to want to look at. I really encourage you, after you've got your topic sentences down, if you want to get down a quote, whether that's to get down the full quote or to have the first few words of something with a reminder of where you want to go back to in the episode, either way, that's going to make your writing process a lot easier. But these clear topic sentences are going to make not just your writing process a lot better. When you can transfer those over into your essay, they're also going to make it a lot clearer for me as a reader where we're going. So I'm going to post both of these in Blackboard as well. You'll be able to find both of them in the Unit 2 family. I'll be posting them right under the outline section, this video and the assignments, the original and the little edits that we just saw right there, so that you can think about those. I wish you really good luck as you're doing your essays, and I hope you have some fun doing the outlining. Look forward to reading them.